What's up guys, it's Punchy, and it's time for a discussion about a really weird mantra that had a little bit of a resurgence in recent Deepwoken PvP. When you think about wisps in Deepwoken, you probably bring up Flame Wisp for its outstanding healing capability, or Shade Wisp, that thing that makes people invisible. But surprisingly, if you've picked up Thunder Wisp, and I'm serious, it's one of the strongest mantras you can slap on any build. I've looked around in the community, and people don't really know about its recent buffs, and it's not even stated on the unofficial wiki, so this mantra is something else and I need to show you. Essentially, this Thunder mantra acts differently in comparison to all the other elemental wisps. Instead of respecting a set duration with automatic activation, Thunder Wisp has a set amount of charges that decrease after taking certain actions. For example, with the Thunder Wisp activated, on both Uppercut and Flourish, we stab our opponent with a lightning bolt while applying the oversapped status. It's pretty optimal to understand that both your Uppercut and your Flourish proc this effect, and if you're very aggressive, you can stack multiple bolts simultaneously. Keep this fact in mind because the bolt is extremely overpowered. Anyway, very briefly, the oversapped status is a debuff towards enemies that increases move cooldown while applied to that player. So, if you have a move on cooldown, that duration is going to be increased, and if you use a mantra while being oversapped, that too will have a longer cooldown. I wouldn't say it's really that game changing, but it does decrease overall player action and I guess average damage per second. Anyway, that's cool and all, but here's where Thunder Wisp essentially breaks the game and makes it unfair in all situations. After about 8 seconds of the oversap status, the bolt stuck on your enemy will detonate and fully stun them out of any action that they're doing. This sort of shock from Thunder bypasses all forms of hyper armor on anything and immediately shuts down whatever they're doing. In the heat of battle, respecting this delayed shock precisely for 8 seconds isn't something realistic, and it definitely allows your opponent to set up and lay on the pressure. Many times when this occurs, people think the shock is going off randomly or something else is happening because the duration is so long and it's 8 seconds, like you kind of lose track of that time. Anyway, this shock is absolutely ridiculous because its stun can extend combos further, leading to resets and even more Thunder stun. But on the other hand, if your opponent flips the battle and gets a combo while the oversap status is still on them, well, that's too bad because that shock is gonna explode and stun them, and now you have that advantage once again. So, for both offense and defense, this mantra changes how the game is played at a fundamental level. I'm not gonna lie, it's not even that huge of an investment if you rock Will-O-Wisp, which opens up the door to multiple options at the same time. Besides all of that, I'd say if you have other Uppercut or Flourish talents like Flaming Flourish or Lightning Tethers, you can get insane payoff from a single action, forcing players to use their dodge and respect your insane shock pressure. I definitely want to see more creative use of wisps in the future since they're basically free on any build. Anyway, that's all for right now, and we finally hit 90k subs. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can hit 100k subs. Thanks again, it's punchin' time.